Yeah, it's time to get ready to rock and roll as we go green, green, green. Lucas Maruk had a slow start off the line. He actually hesitated just a little bit, and he's going to be following to everybody else, but iGPFun rules everyone's going to be going too wide and not going to try to go for any crazy moves heading into the first few corners, especially the first lap here, because as they head up underneath the car loop sign and into that final corner, and one car going wide. That's Lucas Maruk in the grass.
Championship leader having a mistake. He's down to 10th place, looking like he's going to lose more positions as well. Jimenez is right on his tail, although he's seen off that challenge, because this is how Jerome Lamy, he started in 2nd place. He's moving up into 1st place, Austin. So this is on the opening lap. As soon as Jerome Lamy had the opportunity to overtake, he was allowed in the rules to overtake. Jerome Lamy absolutely seized upon that, heading to Knickerbrook now, and he's made the position, and he's currently leading. Mugger needs to take some responsibility for that rejoin. Yes, he was on the grass, but it didn't look like he was really doing a lot to arrest any form of slide, as Phil Waller and Glamset are battling it out through Knickerbrook. Waller ahead of Glamset. Glamset is not happy about that, trying to immediately get the place back. They're going to go side by side.
Oh, this is a good look for the 18. 18 looking down low, and he's going to hold it right there, and oh, so close, and around the outside. They're still side by side. Beautiful fight right here. Phil Waller able to hold it around the outside of Christian Glamsetter. I thought Glamsetter had it in that Racing Forces car with Van Veen keeping it in the wall, as this is Robert Ridgway under pressure from Zoltan Zollmutter on the back of Robert Ridgway, who was in the gearbox right there, but Robert is able to hold his own heading through turns 1, 2, and 3. Lucas Maruk's been having an up and down day. Here's Tony Jimenez. Oh, he's cleared him on the straightaway.
One of the most successful pass we've seen into Knickerbrook so far today. Lucas Maruk trying to get back past Tony Jimenez. Can't do anything about it through a little bit of a switchback. I think you're right, but Maruk picked up so much understeer.
He's got the speed. Here comes Lucas Maruk onto the inside. The Digital Apex driver taking it to Tony Jimenez. Side by side they go. Down to the inside. Lucas Maruk.
Lead lap. We have Sam Hermer, Richard Van Veen, Luedo, Talisman, Dennis, Flint, Gracie. They are all still driving around in some capacity. So lots of drivers are deciding to go out there and continue to race. This is Clark Williams, and Rowland's getting oh so close to contact into Knickerbrook corner, but Williams is finally ahead of his fellow countryman Patrick Rowlands, and now what can he do? Side curb as we rejoin our battle for the lead. Wagner chasing the Prince of Oulton Park, but I have to say we might have to. Is there a way to get rid of a prince, or to like change hands? Is it
assassination?
Is it an elected role? Because Wagner is looking like he is the quickest driver, or quicker driver at the moment, at least in this phase of the race.
And here comes Connor Wagner. Wagner got a great run through the Shell Oils corner. Wagner's got a nose ahead, heading into Knickerbock. He's full Carly man, taking the lead. It is Connor Wagner back into 1st place. I woke up today and chose I'm going to enjoy some fantastic iGPFun racing here, presented by Sim Racing Pro, as here comes Lamley. Lamley looking down to the inside, side by side they go, down to the inside. The Prince takes back the throne. And we go to our lead, a big lockup for Lamley. Lamley under pressure by Connor Wagner. Wagner getting a good run. Lamley after that big lockup, Michelle Owens corner is going to be defending down to the inside. But here comes Connor Wagner. Wagner getting into the draft, looking onto the outside right now. It's a drag race heading into Knickerbock corner. Wagner giving a nose ahead. It's going to be tight. He's going to get onto the brakes early, and that's going to give the place back to Lamley.
This race has been absolutely crazy. What was Otomo doing there? He was sort of letting Carty pass.
Wagner getting a good run on Lamley. Wagner trying to look for the switch right there, but the Prince able to hold him off, as these two are inseparable right now. Wagner putting pressure on Lamley. Wagner looking onto the outside. Lamley defending onto the inside. Wagner looking for another switchback. Lamley defending onto the inside. That's going to be hurting up the tires. Here comes Connor Wagner. Wagner getting a good run. Lamley defending all the way down to the inside. They're going to be side by side entering turn 1. Once again, Wagner early on the brakes.
Connor Wagner still in 2nd place. The gap is now under 0.2 of a second. Lamy was so good and so committed in diving to the inside when they were side by side.
He's hit the inside curve. Lamley is hit the inside curve entering Knickerbock corner, and Connor Wagner takes the lead.
So he's going to the inside. He's defending.
Watch this. Boom. He just hits that inside curve, and you see it just push up the car just a little bit and pushed him out wide.
They are. So I think they must have had a little bit of a scrap into Knickerbrook corner. It's still Phil Wagner that leads the race. Lamey's got so much speed. First wide from Wagner. That's going to be really, really a good opportunity for Jerome Lamey.
Lamey gets a good run. Connor Wagner went a little bit wide. He locked up the brakes coming out of the final quarter. And here comes Jerome Lamey. Lamey drag racing Connor Wagner to the line. They're side by side. Connor Wagner is just holding it to the outside of the track. Lamey onto the inside. Side by side they go into turn one. Wagner is going to be tapping the brakes just a little bit more than Jerome Lamey. Lamey retakes the lead.
I don't think I can take 10 more laps. I really don't think I can. I think I might collapse by the end of this race. Has been the excitement. Jerome Lamey wide on the exit of Cascades, but so was Wagner. They are both pushing the absolute limits of their Formula 3 machinery. Who is going to come out on top? Who is going to be? Is it going to be Lamey? Is it going to be Wagner? Or is Romanili just sort of the dark horse in this race? And he's towing along Maruk as well. This race is certainly wide open. I think that's Frankie Francica having an issue. He's towed back to the pit, so his race has gone from bad to worse. Oh, they're on the grass!
Whoa, Connor Wagner looking all the way down to the inside and getting a little bit too much in there. Sorry. Is this Nick Carter? Carter getting caught off into the grass right now. Here comes Kudgado. Carter defending all the way down to the inside. Ido looking down to the inside right now. Carter defending onto the outside. Here comes Ido sending it down to the inside into turn one. And Ido able to hold it off and give it a little bumper block right there. But Carter, he took the wider line. He's going to be going for that outside space. But here comes Vincenzev, Podopenko, and Clemens Punzengruber right behind him. And now we got a 4-car fight right now all the way for 12th place. Ido, Carty, Podopenko, Punzengruber. Nose to tail, 4 cars deep, and I'm having a blast right now. Heading into the Shell Oils corner, Carty is right behind the 146 of Ido. Ido locking up the tires just a little bit. We've seen a lot of drivers lock up, and Podopenko under pressure by Punzengruber. Punzengruber going on to the outside of Podopenko. He's going to be getting the draft of Carty right now. Podopenko and Punzengruber going to have a drag race. Podopenko is on the inside, Punzengruber onto the outside. Punzengruber around the outside and into fourth, but into the grass. Fantastic run, but last lap, it was the fastest lap for Jerome Lamey, as it is a drag race onto the front straight. Connor Wagner looking down to the inside now. Heading into Neckerbach corner, and he's going for it, and Wagner, your new leader of the race. Podopenko's defending onto the inside. Williams looking on to the outside. Williams getting into the grass a little bit, but Podopenko's sending it down to the inside, and leaving a little bit of space on the outside right there, but getting a little spicy. Love that. Jerome Lamey, half a second behind Wagner. They were a 10th next to each other heading through Shell Oils corner, so I think Lamey has had a little bit of an issue off the exit of Shell Oils. I think this is what's going to really clear up the story, what happened between them. You see they're very close right there. And I think he's just caught the grass. Yes, he did.
He sees the white flag fly. He knows he's got one more tour of the Oulton Park circuit to do if he wants to win this race. Jerome Lamey, though, really looking aggressive through turn one. So far off the track, he was almost in Hampshire.
Just 3 corners to go, separates them right now. Here we go, Connor Wagner. I feel like Connor's is taking this a little bit easier than Jerome Lamey. Lamey has got everything to lose for 1 corner to go. This is not going to be an attack right there for Jerome Lamey. Somebody is spun in the background. Connor Wagner, 1 corner, he's dipped the wheel in the grass, and it's going to be Connor Wagner taking the win here at Oulton Park, just 3/10 ahead of Jerome Lamey.
After all of that, our top 2 finish in the same order they started, but that does not tell any near the story of the race. Romanili's going to come across the line in 3rd place if he can manage to get to the line. I thought he was going to... Wow, indeed. Connor Wagner is your race winner. Jerome Lamey in 2nd place, 4/10 of a second, separating your top 2. Romanili comes home to round out your podium with our championship leader, Lucas Maruk, just outside the podium. He's in 4th place. Great point for him today. Alistair Hay, 5th. Will McIntyre-Jones in 6th. He's up 14 places from where he started. Tony Jimenez 7th. Darren Rowlandson in 8th. Christian Glamsetter comes home in 9th place, and Robert Ridgway up 14 places. He rounds out your top 10. We have Zoltan Zamota in 11th, with Putin Gruber in 12th, with Kachoa Etoa in 13th place, with Carty right behind him in 14th. Podopenko is 15th with Clark Williams, Patrick Rowlands in 17th, and our final driver on the lead lap, Olsen in 18th place, Liho Ying Lung. I do apologise for my butchering of his name and your name today. He's 19th place. He's been into the pits. He was involved in that mega accident that we saw at Knickerbrook, one of the first incidents, certainly not the last today. Luedo in 20th, Ben Guilletti 21st, Richard Van Veen 22nd, Bill Sinrique 23rd, with Killer and Richie Robinson in 24th place. Matthew Gracie is 25th, Andy Flynn in 26th place. Sam Hermer, I think one of our first retirements. Andy Flynn, I think, as well, retired from the race. Hermer retired, Franchica retired, Reed Dennis retired, Phil Waller retired in some fashion incident, Adam Talisman 31st, Westman 32nd, Timu 33rd, Monero, thank you very much. It's been one of those crazy races, my voice is going. Nicole in 35th, Drew Milne 36th, with Murgia 37th, Stephen Ridders 38th, Simone Gabriel 39th, and Rodrigo Duran, our first retiree. They all retired on the first lap. And wow, Austin, what a race. And I just would like to point out, I think that that's not going to be necessarily the final orders for the race. I think the stewards post-race are going to have quite a difficult time working out all of the penalties.
Next week we head to Red Bull Ring, and it's going to be, well, you think this race is a lot of craziness. Red Bull Ring is going to be absolute wild, so stay tuned for that one. Thank you everybody for joining us here for the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by SRP and Virtual Racing School here on Apex Racing TV. I've been joined by Sebastian Bosher-Williams with Mark Tranter in the production booth. I'm off tonight, and I hope y'all have a good night.